So what is up, YouTube? Bubble Bub is back with another bang. You already know. So after today's Colts game, they just went away with another loss. Yes, I know. Indianapolis Colts lost. What is it? 36-39 from the Vikings. I know, dude. We just can't. We had a 33-point lead. It was 33-0. 33-0. And we had to lose the game. Losing games for us, I guess, is a good thing, I guess we can say, because we can get a higher draft pick. But still, when you have a lead that is 33-0, we were beating the Vikings 33-0. The Indianapolis Colts. What? Beating the Minnesota Vikings? But so I'll just give you guys, for the people that didn't watch it, a little touch on what was in the game. So in the first quarter, I'm pretty sure we had a blocked punt, was it? I didn't get to watch the whole game. I got to watch like some of the second quarter and then the rest of it or something like that. But we got a punt block. We also got a pick six in the second quarter. I was there to watch that one. Julian Blackman returned it. And then we also got like where somebody like punted it from the Minnesota Vikings and we caught it and ran with a touchdown. So yeah. And so I'm just going to like tell you some stats you already know, cuz the stat man. And so in the first quarter, we dropped 17 on the Minnesota Vikings. And then in the second quarter, we came back with 16 in the second quarter. And the Minnesota Vikings scored 0 points in the first quarter, and they scored 0 points in the second quarter. So that's 32-0 so far. This is looking good for us because the Colts have, no team in NFL history, when they're up by 33, have lost a game. Like, it was the let me see here. The Minnesota Vikings came back and made the biggest comeback in NFL history. Back in the day, I don't know the date, but it was the Buffalo Bills. I forget who they were playing, but I remember Frank Reich, our old coach, was their quarterback, I think, or something like that, and they came back from a 32-point deficit, I'm pretty sure, something like that. But during this game, we got to see Zach Moss play. I made a video about him earlier. If you haven't watched that, go check it out. He got 24 carries. He split some reps with Deion Jackson. And Deion Jackson got 13 carries. Zach Moss got 24 carries for 81 yards, and that's a 3.4 average yards per carry. Not the best, but offensive line. For this game, was it the offensive line? Were they playing good this game, or was the Vikings defensive line just not good at all? But dude, honestly, either the Minnesota Vikings got this game back together, or the Indianapolis Colts just fell. Honestly, it just collapsed. Like, dude, like, this is NFL history stuff right here. Like, it's never been done before in the course that's NFL's been around. A team coming back by 33 points. Kirk Cousins, I'm pretty sure when he was on the Commanders, came back from a 24-point game. And then I think it was like the meme, and he said like, "You like that?" or something like that. I don't know if he did that after that game, but I'm not like super sad. It is kind of cool how I got to watch an NFL history game right there. I can tell my kids about that unless somebody breaks that record. But so Yes, they came back, won the game in overtime by a field goal, 3 points. And the Minnesota Vikings in the fourth quarter alone dropped 22 points on us in one quarter. And Justin Jefferson was a little bit their passing game was silent through the first part of the game until they kind of like unlocked it a little bit, or we just started to collapse. But yeah, I thought our defensive line was looking pretty good this game. Like honestly, I thought they were doing pretty good. But Matt Ryan, he got dude, I'm telling you, this guy's had like what 14 turnovers. I said it in the game, the video before this, like 14 turnovers so far. I don't know. He's had like a lot of turnovers, and he got one fumble this game. Of course he did, but at least it was recovered by the Colts. But still, it is a fumble. I did see what he was trying to do in the game. He was about to get sacked, and so he just throws it up in a way so he would not get the sack, and so we could like maybe it was to stop the clock or something. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, he got credited for a fumble, and his completion percentage for today was 53.6%. He was 13 of 33 of his passing attempts. Honestly, you guys might think that he had a good game today. I did notice he was throwing some dots. I did see one of his throws that was underthrown. It could be maybe the pressure, or he's just getting old and maybe he's washed. But I mean, honestly, I did write some. I was like taking notes throughout the game, and I think it was before the second half or something like that. Matt Ryan. No, I said how they make the playoffs. I was like, I googled, searched like how the Indianapolis Colts could make the playoffs, and it said they would have to go 8-1, and the Tennessee Titans would have to lose every game and only be able to win one game against the Chargers, Jacksonville Jaguars, Dallas, and Houston. So they would only win one game. And now if they won 2 games, it'd be over. But we've already lost 1 game. So if we did win every game of the season and Tennessee so happily lost every single game, then we might be able to make the playoffs. But, you know, do you guys really think that's going to happen? Honestly, they could pull away a dub against Jacksonville and Houston. So, I mean, yeah, unless we got like really lucky and won all of our games and then they lost every single one. But I don't know. Do you guys really think that's going to happen? So, really, for the draft skill, I guess we might be going up. I might try to tune you guys in with an update on our draft, with our draft like picture or something like that, like what pick we have. I thought I said last podcast that we had currently the 7th overall pick, and now we might only go up from there. So I mean that's closer to get. I was talking about it yesterday. Last podcast, I was talking about some quarterbacks. I think it was last podcast. Maybe it was the one before that. But Anthony Richardson, I want him to come home to Indy, bro. I want him to come. Dude, honestly, I just think that go watch the other video if you haven't already. But you can finish this one. And so, dude, he's a scrambler, and he got like over 500 rushing yards. And dude, I mean, I know rushing's not the only thing for a quarterback that they should maybe have a dual threat. I mean, he can throw, I think too. Honestly, I like this guy. Will Levis. I mean, paper isn't everything. Stats aren't everything, but I looked over some of his stats and I was like, nah, this guy's going in the top 10. Like, I mean, I don't, you know, it's other than Matt Ryan, so I mean, I guess that would be kind of cool. Um, I just want somebody who can play the offense and make it fun, because I mean, watching games should be fun. I mean, hopefully, unless when you're an Indianapolis Colts fan and you lose about every game. But so honestly, watching this game, the Colts didn't wave the white flag. I mean, I wrote that in my notes in the second quarter. So I mean, maybe they just wanted to like, I don't know. I don't know, but maybe Jeff Saturday was talking about like still going strong, I think, in one of his like presser conferences. I'm gonna have to check that out because I kind of just made this like, what time is it? 6:31 on Saturday, right now. Unless my clock's off. But yeah, it was kind of like, this is kind of like after the game. The game kind of took a while. I mean, this might have been 2 hours after the game, but that doesn't really matter. But dude, that game was kind of long. NFL football games can take a while to get over with. But so honestly, the Colts just they just collapsed, bro. They just collapsed. Honestly, for us, our franchise to have a 33-point lead and then never in NFL history for somebody to take that back. Did the Colts just give up, or did the Vikings just figure it out? I mean, I'm not very sure, but you know, I still want to get rid of Matt Ryan. I did see a couple throws that were good, but dude, play somebody else at this point. Like Tennessee Titans, I think would have to lose like every game. Tennessee Titans right now, their record is 7-6, so they would have to lose like every game, and then they would be like 7-9, I think, or something like that, and then we would be 7-8-1. So we'd technically have a better. We'd be better. I mean, like over like record wise. And then also, I just want to share something with you guys. Also heard when I was watching the game that if we tied that game, and it would have been the only time in NFL history a team would have a tying like game. Like it's never happened where somebody's like twice tied, like tied twice. I mean, no, tied twice in one season of the NFL. That's what I heard. So just something cool for you guys. But Colts, man, if we could lose every game, give me a better quarterback. Type in the comments section what kind of quarterback you guys want.